Hey guys, this is the daily news analysis of 28th of February. So let's start at the very first news. First news is about National Science Day 2018, which is being celebrated today. That is 28th of February. So it is being said that on this occasion, national awards will be given to confer to those awardees who had done an outstanding contribution in the field of science and technology and who has done a very outstanding contribution in promoting scientific paper in India, right, in the year 2017. So the theme this time is science and technology for sustainable future, and the main aim is to stimulate, encourage and recognize outstanding efforts that is being done in the field of science popularization, right, and also in promoting the scientific temper around the India and across the world. And it is also celebrated just because of the reason why it is celebrated on 28th February, just because of the reason that Sir C.V. Raman has discovered this Raman effect on this day, this very day only. So right, so and he's also a Nobel Prize laureate. So indeed, I mean, this is a very important event in India, right? Next news about draft pesticides bill, though this has only been draft and this is kept in public domain, but still we will just read about it now. Basically, the center has released new draft pesticide bill which will replace the 50-year-old legislation, and that legislation named is Insecticide Act 1968. Now, why this bill? Because this bill is in the wake of several pesticide-related deaths that has occurred in the recent month, and this bill will also promote safe use of pesticides. And also guys, this bill seeks to regulate manufacture as well as inspection, testing, distribution of pesticides, and detailed clauses are being mentioned in this bill, so that if any new molecules will introduced in the pesticide sectors, then that will goes through vigorous registrations and all, right. And also there is provision of compensation to the farmers in case some of the farmers is facing any difficulty by using these kind of pesticides molecule, right. And also guys, under this draft pesticides bill, there are provision which will ensure the availability of quality pesticides and also minimizes the contamination of agricultural commodities by the pesticides residue. And also there are provisions to create awareness among the users, that is especially the farmers, regarding the safe and judicious use of pesticides. Also, according to the bill, the maximum punishment for the violation of any of the provisions of this bill, which was earlier kept to be 2,000 rupees and 3 years imprisonment, that has been increased to rupees 550 lakh and 5 years in imprisonment, right. And the bill has tightened the guidelines for registration and licensing of new molecules as well, and the state government have to report all the cases of poisoning to the center on a quarterly basis if any sort of informations come to the central state government, right. And also they will be given some sort of power that up till the period of 6 months they can put a ban on any chemical pesticides if they feel so, right. And also there is a new provision, and that is very good provision in fact, that under the Consumer Protection Act, right, the proposed bill provides for paying compensation to the affected farmers or users under the provisions of this bill if they are facing in some sort of difficulty, as I've already discussed, right. Next news about prison reform. Actually, the Supreme Court has asked the NALSA, that is National Legal Service Authority, to look into the issue of the overcrowding of prisons. Now, what is overcrowding? Say for example, a prison has a it has a capacity of 100 persons only, right. And if that over the capacity, the people are kept, like say for example in that prison, if the capacity of 100 people, but still 150 to 160 or 170 people are kept, so that is totally crowded prison, right. And that overcrowded prison, many sort of inhuman conditions are being prevailing with the inmates, right. So that's why, to deal with all those situations, Supreme Court has basically asked for the furnishing all the figures from the NALSA, that is National Legal Service Authority, and they will provide figures to them. And it is also being said that standard operating procedure for under trial review committees and responses received from the state and union territories on the open jails will also be dealt by the Supreme Court regarding this. Now, what is this open jail, guys? See. Wait. Yeah, what is this open jail? Basically, these are the jails where the inmates are allowed to leave the jail, and after earning livelihood for them, they have to return back to the jail at night time, right. So these are very good prisons, and that are open prisons. Now, the provisions of open prisons are there just in order to make sure that the inmates who are spending in any jail for, say for example, for 5 to 10 years, they when they get out of the jail, they can at least feel themselves connected to the society, right? So that's why these open jail concepts are there. So Supreme Court will look into it. So let's see what happens. But regarding the NALSA, that is National Legal Service Authority, guys, it is a statutory body under the Legal Service Act, Authorities Act 1980 formed. 1987 it was formed. So it basically, the work of it is to provide free legal services to the weaker section of the society, and also it organizes lok adalat in order to amicably settle all the disputes that are arising out of it, right? Next news about coordinating center on medical plants. Actually, recently an MOU has been signed between two organizations, that is CSIR and IORA. Basically, the MOU has been signed between Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and Regional Center for Science and Technology Transfer, which is falling under the IORA, that is Indian Ocean Rim Association, right? And the main aim is to designate Central Institute of Medical and Aromatic Plants, Lucknow, as a coordinating center for medical plant, which will basically very much facilitate the establishment of database on the important medicinal plants and for their value added products. And also next aim is to promote the cooperation in the area of traditional knowledge related to medicinal plants for the welfare of people of IORA member states. Means, see, since the cooperation will be promoted, right? So it will be very much sure that those who are the member states of IORA, so right, so they will be getting some sort of welfare regarding the exploration of traditional knowledge which will be done through these medicinal plants, right? And also, if some sort of value added products are made, then it might be possible that in future those value added products are being sent to IORA member state at a very cheaper cost or something like that, right? So let's see what are the region falling under the Indian Oceanic Rim Association states. So these are the region which are marked in dark blue, guys. Pakistan and Myanmar doesn't falls, and it is an international organization which consists of coastal states bordering the Indian Ocean, as you can actually see, and it is a regional forum which is tripartite in nature, that is representative from the government as well as business as well as academia takes part in it, and it basically promote cooperation and closer interaction between all these littoral countries of Indian Ocean region. Next news is about viral load testing. Now the government has basically launched a scheme under which there will be provision of a free cost viral load testing to the 1.2 million people who are currently living with HIV/AIDS, right? So basically the viral load is used. What is this? It is basically used to monitor the effectiveness of antiretroviral therapy over time, and it measures basically the amount of HIV genetic material, that is RNA, in the blood, and reports how many copies of viruses are present in the blood sample, right? Next news is about Maldives declines invitations of Milan exercise. Yesterday we have dealt with this Milan exercise, guys. So basically this is going to be organized in Andaman and Nicobar Island by the Indian Navy, right? And it is a kind of exercise where the littoral states are being invited, but the news is Maldives has totally declined the invitation of India, and Maldives has said that we are not going to participate in this exercise. Basically they have not given though any reasons for this, but it is being speculated just because of the reason that India has urged Maldives government to implement the Supreme Court verdict in Maldives and ban this, do away with this emergency. So Maldives government is not happy with India, and that's why they have done this, and they have said that we are not going to participate in it. But one news is this which is very much controversial. Actually the authoritative news I'm not getting from anywhere, but anyways, in few of the newspaper I've seen that Maldives has declined the invitation of India, and at the same time Maldives has allowed the presence of Chinese ship near the Maldives, right? So this basically the Hindu has totally dismissed this, right? So still the authoritative statement has not come. If any things come, then I'll surely let you know. But if this actually happens, if say for example it happens, then it will be a huge disaster for the foreign policy of India, and India must see to it and must take steps so that in future these kind of things doesn't happen, and the dominance of China, which actually China wants to increase in the Indian Oceanic region, that might be getting reduced, right? Next news is about International Conference on Sustainable Biofuels 2018, guys. Actually, the 2-day International Conference on Sustainable Biofuels is jointly being organized by the Ministry of Science and Technologies, Department of Biotechnology, and Biofuture platform. And under it, guys, basically 19 countries, I mean the experts from 19 countries will be coming at a single platform, and they will share their knowledge, share their information, and best practices, and also bring consensus on the actions which is most I mean very much needed for the commercialization of this advanced biofuel products. And basically the aim is that if biofuel products utilization is getting up in all the countries, then the usage of fossil fuel is reduced, which will indeed reduce pollution to a greater extent in the coming future, right? So collectively all the members have also pledged in under it to work together to meet the objectives of the producing at scale affordable advancing biofuels. And also, guys, it is said that it is one of the largest multilateral platform in which will promote the research and development and demonstration of clean energy in the world platform, right? Next news about Hajj airfare reduced. Actually, guys, yeah, before few days we have already dealt with the news that government has totally done away with this Hajj subsidy. Right now, the Hajj people were complaining government that since government has done away with the Hajj subsidy, then they have to pay huge amount of money, right? So to placate the Muslim fraternity of India, the government has taken this decide in which there has occurred a significant reduction in the airfare of Hajj pilgrims, right? And it is being said that since these airfares are being organized in few of the aircrafts, that is Indian Air India, Saudi Airlines, and Flynas, so it will indeed be very much helpful for the Hajj subsidy. I mean Hajj those people who are going from India to the Hajj, and right, and it will be very much helpful to them because they don't have to pay more, because since these airfares will be reduced, then few less money will be going away from their pocket, right? So indeed it will be a good step. So guys, this was all about it. And if you at all want to see the economic survey, guys, the description I'm giving in the link below, right? You can go and watch it if you at all want to, but that will be totally available in Hindi, no English, because my English is too not good. But anyways, guys, just bear up with it. And if you don't know Hindi, then also I guess you can actually understand it, because that's, I mean, everything is written. I'm just explaining all the points, right? So you can read it, right? So anyways, if you like the video, then you can share it with your friends also, and we'll meet in tomorrow's class, guys. Bye bye, take care.